I am from Zia Comics in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Today, I'm going to show you the 2 to 5 player game Space Base by AEG. In Space Base, players are going to be using their ships to get income, possibly get money, and victory points. The goal is to be the first to have more than 40 victory points and have the most amongst everybody else. The game does take up quite a bit of space on the table because each player would have a board and a full set of ships set up here. I have this showing for a one player, but this would be 2 to 5 players normally. These would be in the middle of everybody as well as these cards as well. On a player's turn, the active player will roll both dice. They are going to take the numbers that are rolled, a 1 and a 5, and they have 2 options. They can either activate the ship in the 1 slot and the 5 slot, or they can activate the ship in the 6 by adding the numbers together. In this example, I would probably go 1 and 5 because that would get me 2 money versus adding them together and only getting 1. So I'd get 2 income for that turn. Then, at the end of my turn, I may spend it. I can spend it for the price that is shown up in the top of any of the ships. Let's say I spend my 2 money and I bring this down to 0 and I buy this ship. This goes in bay number 8. So I would replace the ship that is currently in bay number 8 and I would deploy it. Let me show you what that means. I slide it in upside down so the red part is showing. So on a later turn, if another player rolls that number, an 8, on their corresponding dice, and I can activate this, I may activate the red spot or the deployed ship and get 2 money on another player's turn. This game is all about building your engine and making more and more income. You're going to start off focusing on just your player board on your turns, but as you deploy more ship, you will get more and more from other players' turns by doing so. On here, you'll see there's a track for the money. There's also an income track. Let's say it goes down to 2. When I spend any amount of money, it immediately goes down to 0 for my turn. So I can only buy 1 ship per turn normally. But then it goes right back up to my income. So on other players' turns, like this, if other players roll 8 or other numbers that activate it, I might be getting more and more money by the beginning of my turn. This track right here keeps track of victory points. So as I continue to get victory points from launching ships or by getting victory points from other cards, I will be on my way to 40 points. These ships right here are a simple way to get victory points. For example, if I spend 18 coins to buy this ship, this would go in slot 6, this gets deployed, and I would get 6 victory points. I'm sorry, this goes in slot 4. Because of the bay number. Then I would get 6 victory points immediately. And then, on future turns, on my turn, I would not be able to activate the 4 spot. I just got this as a one-time deployment. But other players' turns, rolling a 4, I can still get coins from that. That, in a nutshell, is how you play it. There are a lot of cards that will give you extra abilities that increase income. There'll be ones that you might be able to charge, like this one. When you roll the number, you charge, and you may use the ability during your turn and future rounds. And there's a lot of expandability with this, of moving your ships around, activating charge tokens, using special abilities, as each of these 3 decks has available. And that, in a nutshell, is how you play Space Base. As you can see, there's a lot of depth to this pretty seemingly simple game. You'll be playing it time and time again as you're sending ships into space. Player first to reach 40 victory points ends the game. Player with the most points wins. If you'd like to try this live, come by Zia Comics in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where we'll be happy to show you how to play.